Hello everyone. Today I will be presenting on sustainable food management. Reduce, reuse, and recycle by Manuel Gomez. Today I'm focusing on the context of food waste. Food waste in the US generates greenhouse gas emissions equivalent to 37 million cars annually. 21% of the nation's food waste ends up in landfills or incinerators, emitting high levels of methane as food rots, as well as carbon footprint through the fire. 21% of the U.S. agricultural water usage is wasted on food loss. In 2017, the U.S. was responsible for 41 million tons of food waste. Food waste isn't biodegradable. I've attached a quote from an article of 1992 in the New York Times by author William Grimes. And during the 80s, McDonald's was under attack for styrofoam being the reason for a hole in the ozone layer above the Antarctic. And McDonald's funded a trash researcher to be able to analyze the landfill in Staten Island, and I'm going to read the quote. After 20 years of sorting through garbage cans and landfills, the archaeologist William L. Ratch has accumulated precious memories. There are 40-year-old hot dogs perfectly preserved beneath dozens of strata of waste, and the head of lettuce still in pristine condition after 25 years. But the hands-down winner, the one that still makes him shake his head in disbelief, is an order of guacamole he recently unearthed. Almost as good as new, it sat next to a newspaper apparently thrown out the same day. The date was 1967. And yeah, this was an article from 1992, and it's all based on research done during the late 70s and the 80s as well, uh, trying to promote social consciousness and to be able to eliminate the negative talks about such a big corporation like McDonald's. And food waste during the COVID-19. The current pandemic we face has increased the importance of encouraging sustainable food management. People in the US are gradually becoming more environmentally friendly due to uncertain income and food availability. Data reflects improper food handling, possibly due to fear, which has led to ineffective food handling. Food overcooking is the leading factor in contribution to food waste. Out of 284 people, 35% of them said that their issue was too much food being cooked in abundance. Number two would be the long storage periods of food, and the uh, overbuying may be the contribution which allows for an excess of storage. The purpose is to reduce food waste. Effective food management is necessary for the improvement of living conditions by fighting climate change, food, and financial insecurities. Some of the benefits are that it is essential for the reduction of greenhouse emissions. It saves money by reducing grocery store runs, reduce carbon footprint produced in the transportation of food waste dumped at landfills. Sharing extra food with your neighbors is an opportunity to create community. And landfill diversion reduces methane emitted from food waste. A solution is to reuse food scraps. A variety of food scraps can be replanted for another life cycle. For example, romaine lettuce, brown potatoes, cilantro are some of the vegetables that can be grown either indoors or outdoors. It is a holistic approach that decreases stress and anxiety, can be used as a grounding method. For me personally, this is a piece of romaine lettuce that has allowed me to view life in a different way. I am more grateful now that there is life developing in front of me, and it's all through my effort of making sure I don't throw away these food scraps. As the images show, it is romaine lettuce, and the process behind it is simple. You save that end. If you'd like, you can cut the brown edge, the bottom end, which is where the new root will develop. Here in the second picture, you submerge it for a few days, a day or two, underwater in order for it to begin growing inside. And once it has reached some sort of volume, then it can be planted outside. Here's the image of it, approximately between 3 to 4 weeks of growth. Here's some other options that you can do with food waste. There are some avocado seeds, and it's practically the same process. You've got to submerge the seed and be able to use these food scraps for another life. Here's some pineapples that I've begun the process so that I can go ahead and throw them in the ground. There's some eggshells that I use here at home. I use it as a fertilizer as well. And below there is an image of a cactus that works the same. You insert it into the dirt, and it is very grateful. Plants, vegetables are very grateful, and they just require attention, and they will produce abundantly. Another solution is to recycle by composting. Food scraps can be recycled to serve as additional purposes. Compost systems are implemented in municipal services. Donated compost can save farmers money on fertilization. Composting at home can improve home garden soil fertility during the process. It also creates jobs and increases city revenue. Compost Peddlers is an organization out of Austin, Texas, and it is a caravan of bicyclists who pull compost bins and encourage composting to their neighbors and community. In 2012, they were able to divert 1.2 million pounds of waste, of food waste. They were able to donate over 300,000 pounds to about a dozen of local farms, and saving them roughly about $30,000 in fertilization or fertilizers. Sorry about that. And there it is. Thank you very much.